Just realised I've left my speaker on. Hang on, chaps. That's point. I better make sure the telly's turned down as well. Hang on. There we go. Hey! Always the professional me, gentle people. Good day, good Tuesday, good Stadia day to you all. It's the old This Week on Stadia blog review. And of course, it's the old ROKK'S blog bash, one of the three. And look at this amazing stellar lineup we've got today, ladies and gentlefolk. We've got to my right, we have William, Stadia Pro Gaming. How are you, my friend?
Great.
Was it the last time we spoke when we talked about the history of the Wild West on the 24-hour stream? Great show, by the way, folks. I've got it up on my YouTube. Please go and watch it. It really is. It's a fascinating show. We showed them, mate, didn't we, eh? We're not just pretty faces. Aaron, Stadia Vet with the bionic knee. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
You're looking good. You've got new signage up there behind you. Can I see? Is that Xbox game streaming for the PC there? I can see.
Yes, this is actually old. I just updated. I haven't updated the new logo, so I've moved a few things around. So it's going to be even more. The billboard has been updated. I can't afford to have any more cloud gaming stuff. I'm running out of room on my billboard.
It's great, isn't it? It's crowded with clouded, which can't be a bad thing.
NASCAR.
You tell them, whatever that means. And there, John from Canada, 4Scars Gaming. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you doing today?
Do you know what? I'm bouncing because I'm probably on my fifth cup of coffee. I've got a touch of the Tiggers going down, John. How's your week been, sir? You've been reviewing and giving stuff away and doing your usual Stadia Santa thing, haven't you?
Busy, and looking forward to Judgment on Friday coming out. So I can't wait to get my hands on that. I just got an email here saying that I'll have my review code for Stadia Friday morning. So I'm really excited to dig into that. And of course, I'll be live streaming that as well. So
is who you know. All I ever get is a discount coupon through the front door for double glazing. I've yet to have a code from anybody. Anyway, never mind. Ray! Hey,
what's going
for
on?
Another amazing performance. How are you, my very good friend?
I am doing great. I won a code yesterday from the Liquid Bit devs for Killer B, but I had the game. So guess what? I gave it to Cowboy. Cowboy's like, I wish I could play that. So gave it to Cowboy.
You are such a gentleman. Do you know what I just realized I didn't do, Ray? In my heightened sense of professionalism, I didn't go. And then we had William from Stadia, and then we had Aaron from Stadia Vet, and then John arrived and followed swiftly by Ray. But it's all good because now we can introduce, for the first time ever on British television, it is Alex from north of Walesshire.
What's up, everyone?
How are you, my friend?
Yeah, really good. Really good.
And you've been busy with the old Stadia gaming this week?
Yeah, man. Up to my eyeballs in Stadia games.
Have you? Have you ventured out to the local beer garden since they opened up?
Not yet. No.
Oh?
No. I think it's just in England that.
Oh, is it? So they have. Oh, okay.
I could be wrong.
Well, you're more than welcome to come across the border for a pint of shandy.
All right.
It'll be the cheapest beer you've ever had.
At the border, I'll say Rock sent me.
Absolutely. That'll get you kicked straight back, mate. No worries. Now, guess what? As you folks know, the idea of the show is that we review the Stadia This Week on Stadia blog, and it's always dripping with goodies and amazing news and information. But guess what, folks? There ain't one today. It's exactly the same as last week, which is a little disappointing. But maybe it's going to come through the show. So what can we do?
Did you refresh?
Yeah, I've been refreshing like you wouldn't believe. Why, have you got it up on yours?
No.
Mrs. See, I've been hitting the little refresh icon. I've been hitting F, this, that, and the other, and there been nothing changing. If you guys are seeing a different one to me, let me know, and I'll switch browser tab.
No,
Yeah, see, there's a unanimity.
No.
Then I don't think there is one just yet, but it's okay. It's all good. What we can do, because we didn't have one on Thursday either, so we can't go and have a sneaky look at what was released back then. So what we will do instead is I'll pop this down so that these beautiful faces come back to the center, and I will choose instead to visit my beautiful friends over at Gaming Source Network, GSN, StadiaSource.com. And we have got some news. We've got a few bits of news, actually. First one up is the fact that the other day, 3 days ago in this article, I think it was IGN, or maybe in Google 9 to 5, did a teardown on the latest Android APK and discovered a few interesting things. John, did you get to have a look at this?
Yeah, I've looked at it. It was, I believe that they actually got that APK from Jonathan Davila. I saw him tweet out there on Twitter that he got the update, and he was in talks with Google 9 to 5, and I guess he sent that on over, and they were able to do a teardown and check it out.
And can you remember any of the big salient points?
I know that there's, obviously that they're saying that looks like there's hooks in there for the Google TV support coming over. And if I remember correctly, something about maybe new ways, promotions, or to be able to share Stadia Pro, like like the months free or whatever.
Give a referral code.
Yeah, referral.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to make it a more official thing, and actually, if you give away a chunk, I think it's 10, you get given a very special avatar, which you can use on your Stadia account, which I want. I have avataritis. I need that. Nobody ever wants to refer to my referrals, though. But yeah, referral bonuses. So the first major addition is in regard to referral bonuses. And as you rightly said, John, as well, big news for Google TV support, which we think, it's purely supposition, that because the Google I/O, which of course is the event where they normally announce new Nests and and googly goodness, that's coming up in the next, I think it's May. So there's some supposition that we will potentially see connections into Google TV for Stadia, and that's why they're readying the app. But of course, we can never be 100% sure. Alex, have you got a Google TV?
I've got a Google Chromecast, the Ultra one, but I use my laptop. It seems to have less input lag.
Yeah, See, I prefer to sit on the old sofa. And,
it is comfy down there. But
yeah. So Google TV, as you know, came out tail end of last year without native Stadia support. You can kind of shoehorn it in, but it isn't a great experience. It's there would be no great reason to do it. It's not great, is it?
I did it, but no, it's not. Plus, you don't really get to utilize the Stadia controller then.
Yeah.
When you side loading it, your options are Xbox or PlayStation controller, and it's the game. Once you can get into a game, it runs fine. It runs beautifully. It's just a matter of getting into a game. That has always by side loading it is the issue. It's just very choppy at times. So it's not. I don't usually recommend people side loading it unless you're desperate to play it on the Google TV, which.
See, I play with the Chromecast Ultra, but I also have a NVIDIA Shield TV Pro. So if they added this with native support, I would probably be playing on my NVIDIA Shield Pro with my Stadia controller.
Nice.
Well, you got the fancy stuff.
He's got all the kit going down. Oh, look out! Ray's flashing his Google TV box. Of course, you've got one, Ray. We wouldn't expect anything else, my friend.
But I'm
Right,
waiting.
right.
I'm patiently waiting though.
Yeah.
I got two. I got two of them.
Oh wow!
I'm patiently waiting. You know, with all these free controllers and Chromecast that we keep getting with all these promotions, I'm just putting Chromecast in every room, but I'm just waiting. The big TV is going to have Sabrina, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be coming soon.
Yeah, you're the only man left calling it Sabrina. I know that when there's a woman in your life, you find it hard to let go. Don't you?
No,
Let's be honest.
I spent many nights with Sabrina in my hand, and
I'm sure you did. And I have no doubt of this whatsoever. Yeah, it's going to be good. There's going to be benefits. It's obviously it's got a more memory, a faster chipset, and everything else. So we look forward to that. That's hopefully coming up soon. Party chat seems to be coming closer for Android as well. I don't think it exists on any of the mobile devices, does it? Party chat?
I don't think so.
No.
So
I noticed that bit at the end there. There's a bit that says, perhaps you keep mistakenly hitting those buttons with the sausages you call fingers. Really made me giggle.
Brilliant, yeah.
Oh.
They obviously were referring to me. So yeah, that was source credited as 9 to 5. Lee, who by the way is a lovely guy. He wrote that one. So I'm still looking, guys. Nothing over at the old community blog, so I don't think we're going to get one today. Who knows why? Back in the news, however, we did have. Here we go. An interesting one a couple of days ago. Monster Boy, which is it is a great game if that's your thing. Not my thing, as you know. I'm very particular, but they've now unlocked state share and crowd choice, which is awesome. Great to see another game with unique Stadia features. William, this one of your favorites?
No, Monster Boy I found quite difficult, actually, in a few of the platforming parts. But it is a very beautiful game, and having state share, if it works the way I think it does, should be great for content creators to save a spot and have you attempt to do what they accomplished,
I guess it's one of those games that they originally intended state share for, where there are very specific levels and very specific bosses and stuff where as you rightly said, it can, as you move through the game, it can get quite hard. So being able to get someone to have a crack at it for you is a pretty cool thing. Alex, have you ever used any of the state share type?
No, I'm not really clued up on the state shares, to be honest. Is it you save your state and you can share it with your viewers, so they
pretty much? Yeah, absolutely. Not just viewers. I mean, you could send it to your best mate if you wanted.
Yeah,
but it is definitely a feature that content creators and game streamers can use to share that with the guys in the chat. Right? Okay, you've seen me. I've just done this. Here you go. Here's the state share. See if you can do better. So a bit of a rivalry thing.
Like speed runs and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, games like this, games like Hitman, where there are very definite sort of ways to achieve things, and get the old speedrunners, as you rightly said, like Eli, who just know their way through levels and see if you can beat those guys. In Eli's case, it's impossible. We know this.
There's no way. He literally did 3 assassins in 30 seconds and left the game. I'm thinking, I'm not even loaded in yet, Eli. How did you do that?
I know NASA brought all their computing power, liquid powered, still couldn't beat him. So what can you do? Ray, you're a very frequent game streamer. Have you ever used state share?
I've never used state share, but I would definitely use it on this, because these are my best friend teased me about Monster Boy because I have fits. I can't do certain jumps or beat certain bosses. So, hey, maybe I can get somebody that can help me out and share it, and hey, get past this boss for me. So
sounds good. And of course, crowd choice as well. So that's an excellent addition to the old Stadia. And I guess given the way that they've done this, it's also very feasible that we'll see other games drop with those unique Stadia features in the near, in at some point in the future. I particularly like, what's the one, and I think it's in Outriders as well, where you can see what your co-op buddy is doing in their screen. Stream Connect.
Yeah, that is a great. I that one I like because it's in Outriders. Division 2 has it. Breakpoint.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that use that feature. I think that's a really good one for those style of games.
You kind of take it for granted too, but like in those types of games where you're formulating a strategy with your squad and you can look up and see where they're at on their screen, it does help a lot. Gives you context and you can plan accordingly. It's pretty nice.
Yep.
Is it in Red Dead?
No. But
No.
Man, that would be great if it was. That would be good.
That would be an awesome. Yeah, that would be an awesome feature.
Talking of which, Stadia Dad's just posted that Red Dead is dropped down to 34 of your English pounds right now, which I'm guessing
I think he's hinting that you
$40.
That is a steal,
that you
ladies
should,
and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I think Stadia Dad is hinting that you should buy that game, Rock.
I think he may well be. I may do anyway, because I love watching you guys when you're all in there doing your thing and you're just killing everybody.
Well, that's vet. That's vet.
Well,
man.
I'm going to say that's me at Blake, Stadia, and Codex Gaming. I have a tendency to do that. Although Lukey 6 is starting to follow that trend also.
Is he?
And that's why you need Stream Connect, because you need to keep an eye out on what he's doing.
Rock. As a matter of fact, me and Ray, we started a bounty that didn't start. So Ray says, "Hey man, let's go fishing." I said, "Yeah, let's do that." We start fishing, and I start talking to Ray and look over at him, and then here's Vet. He's just fishing real silent by us. He snuck right up on us. He could have killed us both.
You see, even when you want to just have a little peaceful game, they've got to pull you back in true Godfather style, haven't they? What can you do? All your compatriots are chuckling there. I may well. You're right. You're right, Lee. I may have to invest at 34 of your Queen's currency. I may well have to. As I said, as you know, I do have it on PlayStation, but I've got to put the flipping disc in every time I want to play, and I don't want to be doing that. And I can't play with my chums, my pedigree chums.
I hate to say this, but it'll also take you an extra 6 minutes to get into the game.
Oh wow, really?
The loading screen.
Christ! And when you know what I charge per hour, it would only take me about 2 goes to get my money back. Righty ho! So that was Monster Boy, and the Cursed Kingdom. What else have we got dripping in news? Spiritfarer receives a new Lily update. Ooh. I know nothing about Lily. Is it one of your friends, Ray?
Have no idea. No.
So this is an update by the lookie. The award-winning cozy management game about dying. Spiritfarer. Now, this is the one when you're on the boat and one of the characters is smoking, another one is swearing, and you realize at that point it's probably not a game for the kids. But it's got a free update, which is always cool, and it's dubbed Lily. No idea why. In this small yet important addition to Spiritfarer's main game, Stella's memories begin to blossom as I hope there's no spoilers in this. As wondrous flowers over her cabin. Someone's been smoking something, boys. These flower house butterflies that roost to form Lily, the butterfly's spirit. Oh, bless. Come on, guys. Save me on my cynicism.
That's a vet game right there.
It is a vet game. That's a roll your own if ever I've seen one.
Say it would be interesting to watch a butterfly kill NPCs.
Yes. I've seen it happen, mate. It's happened. John, you know about this. You are the blog man, the editor at Best Buy blog. You know all about games and everything. Only not this one, clearly.
Well, no, I've played a little bit of it. I'm not sure. I haven't read on the update yet, But I know I've played a little bit of the Spiritfarer there, and it's interesting. You know, like you said, you're on the boat there, and you've got a map that you sail around to. And there's, if I remember correctly, it's been a little while. A guy you know, go into an island, you can buy, update it, like, you know, expand your ship and build, and you come across different people and learn about their little bit of stories and do a little mission. You know, it's a neat little game, and it's,
are those lilies? Are those lilies?
I think they're the lily butterfly spirits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's Lily.
Are you helping these spirits cross over to the other side, or?
Yeah, it's a good question.
I haven't played the game.
I have the game.
Yeah, I haven't either. So
that's the game that's on my backlog that I need to go and try out.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a pro game, wasn't it? Or did we have to buy it?
I think you had to buy it.
Did you? Because
I think so. I don't think I have it.
Yeah, I spent the money and got it.
Okay, so I'm just reading here. I just actually received, when was this? Just a few minutes ago, actually, an email about the Lily update here from a press release here. And it says, Lily is Stella's younger sister. She's here to be your guiding light by granting you the ability to navigate at night and by giving you some insights into Stella's life. And it says, to meet her, you'll have to play through most of the game since she only appears near the very end.
Wait a minute. That thing that looks like Cousin It, that's Lily?
So, and it also, as part of this update, it lists here that there's new content. So it says fishing can now be done in co-op. Added a new atmosphere to Buck's event. New co-op controller assignment screen. And some quality of life changes. It says the boat can now travel at night after the first conversation with Lily, whereas before, I guess you just had to, you know, kind of camp and pack it in for the night. It says the UI now shows how many items can be added to each station. Island names now appear while fast traveling, and bus stops are easier to see from the fast travel screen.
Oh,
so.
Okay. Well. Sounds very good. Apparently, Cloud Gamer says it was on Game Pass. So I thought I played it, and it wouldn't be the sort of thing I'd buy. So that does make sense.
Yeah, I think it was on Game Pass, but I don't know if it was on Stadia Pro. I can't remember.
Oh, on Game Pass. Sorry. Massive faux pas on my Stadia show. Yes, I've got so many cloud things going on. Clive says it's the blind leading the blind. It's all right for you, mate. Writing your scripts all over the weekend. We got to come up with this on the fly, pal. On the fly. It takes brains and guts, and we're brave men, heroes, every one of us. So that was that bit of news. What else happened? Yes. Well, it was Resident Evil. Okay. So we know this is coming May the 1st, which is in 2 weeks' time. But there's a few of us on this panel that have already dabbled in the demo because, of course, it's available on consoles and stuff. Ray, having not necessarily dropping you in it or anything, but having played this, would you say that it's the second demo, because there's the first one where we had the kind of tech view,
right?
Then there's this one, and there's another one in, I think it's 60 days or 30 days or something as well.
No, like actually 4 or 5 more days.
Oh, right. 60 hours. Sorry. 60 hours. I knew it's something like that. But having played the second demo, has it made you even more interested in buying the game, or have you sort of...
Can't wait. Hey, werewolves coming out of the field at you, man. You guys are you're gonna love this demo. And then I have Lady D, the tall lady. She's actually she's been trolling me, you know. What,
in real life?
Yeah.
Trolling me. What? Yeah. How does that work?
I told her that she had a really big bum, and she told me, be careful what you ask for. And
wow.
And so we've been going back and forth, but she's something else. But I'm gonna tell you guys, this demo, you guys get ready, play it in the dark. You're gonna jump. You are going to
you chickens.
Going to jump.
No,
that can't run. So
I'll be the first to go.
I'm not gonna spoil it. All I got to say is vampires and werewolves.
I can't believe
not on my channel.
A bunch of pixels. What are you like, you squirmy squirmers? Alex, are you a horror game fan, or are you one of those hide behind the cushions?
I'm a hide behind the cushions guy. Yeah,
Oh,
there you go. There you go.
You used to be.
Resident Evil 7 ago.
Yeah.
I streamed Resident Evil 7 when it was on Luna before I ended up getting it on Stadia, and everyone's like, "Are you going to stream it on Stadia?" I was like, "No, I already streamed that once." I had people clipping because I screamed at least once or twice in the game, and I jumped out of my chair on at least 3 different occasions. I'm not playing that game again.
I have never ever met such a bunch of lily-livered lily livers. So I played 7 with my VR headset on my own in the dark.
Hey.
And because it's really, the game was designed for VR. You can tell. I mean, it's all kind of swords in your face and stuff.
Right.
And there's an element of that in 8 as well. Although I think they've toned it back a bit so that it isn't just lots of 3D stuff going on.
Right. So
graphically, it looks nice.
Ethan Winters, just so you know, guys, he moves a lot faster in this one too. So you're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to book.
Who's Ethan Winters?
So are you saying that this is a direct sequel from 7? So like the main character of 7 is in 8? Or
don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
I just did.
I don't.
You said it. You
gave it away.
You name dropped, sir.
Hello, Ethan Winters. Everybody. Ethan Winters is back. Okay. And he moves fast. You're gonna have to move fast because you got to outrun werewolves, lichens. Okay, so you better run.
Well, the atmosphere looks super creepy.
Run.
I can't run.
Wow. So here's a factoid. Here's a little factoid I picked up this week. So like the Latin for wolf is like lupus or something similar, loopy. And it's like lupine, isn't it? Do you know what the Apache word for wolf was?
Anthony's mama? What?
Nearly. It was lupin. It was lupin, which is very close to the Latin. Now, I didn't know that there were many Romans in ancient Native America. So isn't that weird how it's almost a global word for wolves? Right. Makes you wonder about them old wolfmen, Ray.
Rock, did you ever see the movie? I think it was called Dog Soldiers or
yes.
It was a bunch of soldiers that went to a village and they're in the house and there's werewolves all around and they had to fight. This what kind of reminds me of just a little bit of walking in the village and walking in the area. It kind of reminds me of that.
Right, here's another little factoid for you. I got another one, bro. The Wolfman, Lon Chaney. There was a witch, a gypsy woman in the film, and she gave them this curse. Do you want to hear this curse? It was, even if you're kind at heart and say your prayers at night, you'll become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the moon is full and bright.
Ooh.
There you go. See that? Ooh. See what I did there, boys?
All right.
Nice. See that?
Nice.
Sean Pertwee.
Nice.
That was Jon Pertwee's son, wasn't it? Sean Pertwee, ex-Doctor Who. The best Doctor Who ever, I hasten to add. So, yes, we get it as it says here. So, there's 30 minutes for the first demo, and then there's another 30 minutes for the one in the house. And I don't know whether the one in the house, Ray, is the same as the first demo that came out a little while ago or not.
So Maiden was pretty much just a view of the house and you roaming the house. This one, you got 30 minutes. You're on a time. So you better find what you need to find, get as much as you can at the story because the clock starts.
And you can't play it again once you've done the 30 minutes.
When it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
I saw Dr. Spaceman. He was like, "Okay, guys, let's get ready. The demo's ready," and it's closed. The demo was closed. He missed.
Oh no!
He was
the world's worst stream of the demo. I'll just do my 30-minute intro, and then we'll start the demo. Oops. Yeah, it's not the way to go, is it? Bless him. Lovely fella, Seb, as well. So that was so we've done Lily. We Stadia Source interview. That's worth a read, by the way. It's good that. Monster Boy, and we've done the Android thing. Stadia Premier Edition discounted in the US. Is that still a thing? Sometimes they only look for a day or two, aren't they? So it's saying that the Premier Edition, clearly white, with the Chromecast is now discounted down to $70 from $99.99. I think it's kind of done that a few times, haven't they? They've sort of pushed it down, pushed it up, pushed it down, pushed it up. I wouldn't have said it was a massive discount. What do you guys think? It's about, what, 55, 50, 60 quid, something like that. I think that's all I paid anyway.
I mean, if you went and bought an Xbox or a PS4 controller, that's what is pretty much the price of a new one. Yep. So
so it's still on sale in the US for $69.99.
And it's when I saw that posted about being on sale, it's sold out here. The whole Premier Edition is sold out here in Canada. Nice. So I'm pretty sure that's why Canada was excluded from that Resident Evil deal because of low stock. And it probably wouldn't make sense, to get, shift stock around from the US over to Canada. So I really do think that Google TV support is coming, like we speculated here, and Charles on Twitter speculated at Google I/O.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's really imminent here. So hopefully so.
I hope so, because excuse me. Now the only thing, of course, is that we don't know this, by the way, but they could potentially do a Stadia bundle with Google TV and a controller. And who knows, maybe even an updated controller.
Well, John, they're selling controllers at Best Buy, correct?
Yeah, in the U.S. U.S. only.
Only in the U.S.?
Not in Canada. You can buy the Premier bundle at Best Buy in the U.S. And the last time I checked, it actually came with the 3 months of Stadia Pro free with it. But they haven't started selling that here in Canada, and I'm not 100% sure why. So
it'd be fantastic for Best Buys to sell somebody a new TV and give them a controller and say, you can play Stadia on that. It'd just be great marketing for them.
Yeah, it definitely would. I think that, like Rock was saying, I think we'll see a bundle with the controller as well, because one of the things about the Google TV is you don't have to have the Stadia controller, so that just lowers the barrier even more. People can use their DualSense or DualShock, their Xbox One, whatever controller, Bluetooth. And for those that do want that Stadia controller, I think there's a bundle, maybe hopefully a new color or something like that would be great.
Let's go with orange.
Yeah, well, you know how you can get the Google TVs come in different colors, so that would be awesome if you could get a matching controller.
That'd be cool.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Well, so I looked at Best Buy's website with the Premier Edition. That's at least on the website. I don't know if it's different in stores, but they do have it there as well. But it doesn't come with 3 months of. It includes 3 months of 3 free months of YouTube Premium.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
So it's not Stadia, but you get YouTube Premium for 3 months.
Yeah.
Free. So that's but it is also, if you go to Best Buy, it's $100 versus going to the Google store and saving yourself,
right.
$30.
Of course, the other thing is we know that because Stadia have said so, and so have LG, that later in the year with the new LG televisions, it'll have Google Stadia built in. So that whole idea about having getting yourself a new LG, a D8 or whatever it's called, and a Google Stadia controller thrown in. I mean, that would be a massive boost, wouldn't it, from a bundling perspective?
Oh yeah,
I think so. Hey, you're getting a brand new TV, and hey, it comes with a game system already built in. You just Really, I think they'd blow people away if they're shopping for a TV.
You can see the promotion, can't you, Ray? Because they'd be saying, here, with this 55-inch, you get a game controller, you get 3 months of Pro free, and access to these 120 games or whatever will be in the library at that point, including boom, 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 boom. And what a sell!
You could, if they let's say they tied that around like fall, and Madden 22 comes out, that would be like a killer way to sell a TV. And you have a game system, and guess what? You can play Madden right from your sitting on your couch without a console.
Rock, maybe about 20 years ago, me and my friend, man, we was like, dude, wouldn't that be cool if they just built the systems in the TVs? Yeah. That'll never happen. You know?
Yeah. Hey, Sony tried it. Sony tried it at one point. It wasn't really I think with the PS Now, they had something. With some devices had it built in. It wasn't a huge. I don't think it really worked that well at the time, and it kind of phased that out real fast. But it was. I think Google could get this done. That will give them. I mean, there are so many ways to promote that. Like I said, if you do a fall launch of something like that, you could easily get it with Madden and launch it with alongside. And that's a great selling point.
And like Black Friday, hey, you can't find a Series X or a Series S, and you can't find a PS5. But hey, if you get this 55-inch and this controller, you're ready to go.
And it's on sale. It's on sale for. You can get this TV on sale, and we'll give you. You can go ahead and then buy yourself Madden.
Well, they typically release the new TVs around October time. So it's kind of going to be into the fall, and then as you give you a kind of a run up of about a month or so before Black Friday, and then into the holiday seasons. So I could absolutely see that, and I could absolutely see that game bundle as well, Aaron. You know, whether it's Madden or maybe FIFA in the UK or something.
Yeah, I mean, you could use a lot of games with that.
I wouldn't have never got this TV. I would have waited. But I bought this TV, and then I went and I got the Google TV. I would have known now, I probably would have waited to have a Stadia TV.
Right, just buy another TV. It'll be fine.
All right, you tell that to the missus.
That's why I don't want a PS5.
I've got an LG C8, and it's by far the best TV I've ever owned. I mean, it's an amazing piece of kit. I don't know if I could justify buying another one just yet, but it's going to come built in anyway. Except it won't be in my model. So if I think any of the 2020 models, and of course 21 moving forward, you'll be able to run Google Stadia. But anything prior to that, I think mine's at 2019. You're out of luck. So even if you don't buy the very latest, if you've got one in the last 12 months, you'd probably be okay.
Mother's Day is coming up soon, folks.
What are you going to wear, a skirt?
Honey, look what I got for you. All for you. Here.
Yeah. I might just about get away. Of all the people to wear a skirt and look like a woman, I can't see you getting away with it, Ray. I'm sorry, mate. You'd be as bad as me. Righty. What else have we got over at stadiasource.com? So, Immortals Phoenix, The Lost Gods is coming April 22nd. Now, Valhalla's update's actually been put back a bit, hasn't it? For those of you into Ubisoft's more recent games. So we know that the Lost Gods, they've been pretty good with their DLCs, I have to say. I think this is third, is it? I haven't actually played any of the DLCs yet. But it's so that I don't even know if it's going to be free, to be fair. I keep saying this. Of course, if you've got Ubisoft Plus, it will be. And who knows, that may well be coming up shortly for everywhere outside of the US as well. I'm really, really hoping it will. You guys have played Immortals. How many? I think every one of you has, haven't you?
Yeah, I played the demo. I skipped purchasing the
apart
game.
From you, Alex.
Yeah, I missed out on that one.
Yeah, just nod like this. Yes, lovely game. Yes. Sorry, who was talking before I rudely interrupted you?
William.
William, sorry.
I played the demo. I skipped purchasing the game. I know it's Ubisoft, but I have this twisted sense that eventually this game is going to reach pro, in my opinion, one day. So.
Yeah, but then with Ubisoft Plus, I don't know that Ubisoft would let game be given away.
It's true.
I mean, they've dropped the prices of these quite considerably over the last couple of months. Because don't forget, Immortals and Valhalla came out just before Christmas, didn't they? Was it November? Yeah. And I mean, now they've had sales on where you can get them for like 10% of the price or some, maybe not quite that much, but there've been some quite significant price drops. And every time they've done that, we've gone, that's because they're about to release Ubisoft Plus everywhere else, and it hasn't happened. So who knows? But yeah, it's a great game. You really enjoyed it, didn't you, Ray?
Beautiful, must play, must have, must play it.
Yeah, it was one of my game of the years.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
It was blown away by it. It's just I really do hope that they do continue this IP further. But even like the DLC so far, like the last DLC, forget what it was called.
So the Asian one.
Yeah. So it's basically, it takes the same premise of Immortals, but it's completely new characters in it. So you get that familiar feel with it, but it's entirely new story. We're not going with the Greek gods. We get the Asian, mythology type, whatever you want to call it here, and it's good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So that seems to be the MO, doesn't it? That it's immortal gods from different cultures, different regions. And then which gives them, as you rightly said, in terms of IP, it gives them virtually infinite possibilities, stretching across basically the whole of every culture ever. So yeah, no, that's good. Yeah. So April the 22nd, that one's coming out. It's the third expansion. Unfolding entirely from an overhead God's eye perspective. So it's going to be like that Tomb Raider game that came out, where you're looking at a more of an isometric perspective rather than over the shoulder, which is interesting. Centers on Ash, a new mortal champion, which is presumably this young lady with the bow and arrow, following a series of catastrophic disasters. And she travels to a new land, the Pyrite Island, something to do with fire, to find and reunite the gods who left Olympus in a huff after a falling out with Zeus. Well, he was a cantankerous old bugger, wasn't he? These lost gods, including Poseidon and Hades, will all need to be convinced to return to the pantheon and restore balance to the world. So they're still kind of Greek, relatively Greek related. Only they're sort of taking them off into their own mythology now. They've broken away from the traditional mythology of Greece. So that's a good one to look forward to. I must get back to it, actually. I broke away to go back to Watch Dogs Legions because I didn't feel I'd given it a fair crack. And then I finished that and actually really enjoyed it in the end after being very disparaging of it initially. And then since then, I've been doing Outriders and a ton of other bits and pieces. So I do need to play Immortals Phoenix, but not just yet. Right. What else? Dipping into the bag of wonders from StadiaSource.com.
Well, I've got, if you want,
please.
On Friday, I interviewed Herbert over at Furion Games about Death Carnival. We talked about it last week on the show.
Yes.
Right. And I thought, wow, I really got super excited after talking. It's like, well, let me see if I can reach out to the dev there and see if we can line up an interview. So on Friday, I had an interview with Herbert, and it was actually pretty good interview with him. He revealed quite a bit during the interview here. That Death Carnival, we still don't have a definitive release date, but there's going to be early access upcoming, and that will include PC and Stadia. So that's good.
Nice.
There's going to be crowd choice, crowd play are going to be implemented into it.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So it's going to be cross-platform. So initially it's coming out for PC and Stadia, but it'll be PC, Mac, Linux, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and mobile. And it'll be all cross-play, cross-progression as well.
Oh, nice.
So you literally can pick it up on and play on whatever platform and continue it on whatever platform. So that's fantastic. People were talking about in the chat where they asked him, said, well, what about the keyboard and mouse versus controller or the touch. And so they've come up with, the game's been in development for the last 6 years, and they've spent quite a bit of time the first couple of years getting that balancing and control down there. So there's no aim assist for that. And for the keyboard and mouse, they've put measures in there to stop people being able to, click here and predetermine where it's going to shoot and use macros and things like that. So if you have a chance, you can see it's up there on the screen. It's a real good listen to. And he touches upon Unity and developing on Stadia, and basically the tools with Unity now have come a really long way. So it's bringing the game over to Stadia. It is using Unity, he says, it is very easy. They were one of the first 3 studios to be selected for the Stadia Makers program back in 2019.
Nice.
So, and Herbert, he's awesome. And like I said, if you have a chance, check it out. And you can go onto their Discord channel. Herbert and the crew are over there, hang out. And I've already seen a lot of people come in there, ask questions, and they're really very open about things. And, he also mentioned that there's 5 different difficulty levels. There's 10 characters. And they've only really revealed about 20% of the game. He says, we still have 80% that we haven't told you about yet. And it's going to be, awesome. So if you're already excited for it now, it's a
gorgeous looking game.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know, and to be fair, even if you did, you probably wouldn't be able to say anything. Do you think there's a likelihood that it will be a Stadia Pro game?
I can't comment.
Okay.
I'm neither confirming nor denying.
Okay, fair dues.
I'm neither confirming nor denying. But I also talked with, we're going to shy away from that. Talked with Herbert as well. He mentions in there too, and they've actually made some progression since then. Their target, and it looks like they're going to hit 4K 60 on there. The visuals that we even see in the trailers that have been released aren't the final visuals. He said it looks even better than what's been shown now. So, like I said, I really urge you not just to promote my interview or anything, but listen to that. Go over to the Discord, talk with Herbert's on there, and the rest of the guys. They're really nice, and It really does sound fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for it.
Herbert was an awesome guest, and he explained the competitive nature in the game. And he actually really plays this game too. He didn't just make it. He's competitive in it.
Yeah. They're basically, like they said, they're developing the game as if it was something that that they would want to see.
They wanted to play.
Yeah, and it's the amount of research and time that they've spent making sure that it's going to be balanced. And he did tell me a few other things off camera too, and it's just like, holy mackerel, it's going to be good. I really can't wait for it. So.
John, where it shows a sort of first person perspective. Is that just cutscene, or are there elements of the game that are also first person?
I think that's just a cutscene. Yeah, and he also did mention, again, in the interview there, about they make, as far as when your progression in the game, they differentiate the stage versus the boss. So let's just say if you're playing and it takes you, 30 or 40 minutes to make it to the boss, and you get to the boss and you die, and let's say whatever, you exhaust all your continues and things like that. It's not like you have to start all over again, because the boss is its own separate, I guess we'll say, level. So you will still start at the boss, even if you've got that save there. You don't have to worry about starting all over again at the very beginning of the level and trying to make your way through there. So I thought that was
it's kind of like a checkpoint
as well. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And you're saying it will be cross-platform as well.
Yep, cross-platform, cross-progression as well.
Yeah, it's so fantastic.
Amazing. Yeah, it is fantastic. So multiplayer or co-op?
Yep, it's 4-player online, and they're going to have PvP elements there. So they'll be 2-on-2, whatever. And
wow.
Yeah, Herbert literally said he's a nice guy, and you really like him during the interview. But when you start playing him, you're not going to like him anymore. He made that statement.
Dear.
And they've had like esport professionals come in and play it and test it. And like I said, there's 5 different difficulty levels, and he went through each of the difficulty levels where 1 is like, the casual gamer, where 5 is just like, I think he was like less than 1% of people can make it, this far. So it's like super challenging for those that want it. So you have a wide range of casual to super ultra hardcore, so
it does look stunning. Alex, is this the kind of game that you would normally play?
Not normally my cup of tea, but I'll give it a whirl. Maybe if it's
what
free,
is, just out of interest, what would you normally play? What do you play on your channel?
Lately I've been playing a lot of JRPGs, but normally like first person shooters is my cup of tea.
Okay.
But I mean, this looks cool. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I've played games like this, and actually, I've really liked them. But this one looks like they've gone to the nth degree.
Yeah,
I think it's a huge boost.
Each of the 10 characters in there has their own story too, so it's not just like a vanilla cookie cutter. It really doesn't matter. Like each of the 10 different characters has their own. So it's
like Outriders with its own class system. Yeah.
When we were talking about it last week, it really got me to think. It's like, wait a second, let me reach out to them. And Herbert was just like,
no, that's great.
He was full blown, the doors wide open, and he's like, there's no reason why if you're using Unity, you can't bring your game to Stadia. Because the way that Unity is now, he says it makes it very, very simple. So,
nice.
That's a shout out to challenge to those developers out there. And
all of those studios that say, we don't have the resources all the time. Of course, they may not be built using Unity, but if they are, then it should be, relatively straightforward if you're a switched on studio. And just a quick shout out, actually, John, because you're rocketing as far as subs are concerned. I noticed this morning you're getting up to 800 subs.
I think last time I checked was around 819.
You're moving fast. You're going to be up to that 1,000 very soon.
I want
congratulations,
that 1,000 so I can have my super duper giveaway celebration. That I've been advertising there.
Let me guess, an LG TV with a Stadia Premier and getting FIFA and Madden.
I'm there.
But what I found
he's not going to tell you in the fine print. It says you have to pay for shipping.
$3,000,
right? She can handle it. But what's very interesting is I found that by having some of these different giveaways, it attracts some people that normally wouldn't really come to the channel. They say Stadia, I don't know what it is, But I found that quite a few people have stuck around and they're like, this is interesting. I might not necessarily play on Stadia right now. Some of these games are available on my platform. I like to talk about games. Even had a couple of people like, can I get a little bit of more information? And I've walked them through how to sign up for their free account and things like that. So you never know. You just got to break through that predetermined, like that people have been reading about, Stadia's dead, it's all latency and no games and things like that. When they find out what it's really about and try it for themselves, 9 times out of 10 people are like, this is cool. And it's been mentioned before, it doesn't have to be a replacement for your other games.
No, absolutely not.
Right?
No.
I think the biggest issue that people face is it's not even just Stadia. It's all of them. All of them. It's the word cloud gaming. That's what scares people, and they don't give it a chance. They don't look into it. So Stadia is the biggest one, and I think Stadia's problem. Part of the issue is it's cloud, and it's got the word Google in it. Yeah. So you get a bad rap just because of that. Because everybody just, people just don't like that stuff, Google for whatever reason, or they had a bad experience and they carry it over. But cloud gaming in itself, it's all of the platforms. They all have benefits, and they all have, Some people may like one over the other. That's great.
Some people
we're all
collectors
gamers.
and wanna have it in
Exactly.
their
And we're all gamers. Yeah. Well, and some people are just fixated on console.
Right.
But in all reality, we're all gamers. So we just enjoy what they're giving you.
Of course you can, my friend.
Well, I'm waiting for Vet, man, because Vet keep going.
I know.
This is the quietest show I've been.
Guys, I highly recommend. There's a content creator called Bat Pixie. He does a video called Gaming Tribalism, where he talks about fanboyism and people that, rock with this certain platform or this platform. When it's an amazing video. Check it out.
Pixie.
Yeah.
Pixie.
Check it out. Brilliant young man, brilliant video. And it opened my eyes to a lot of stuff.
I think as well. I mean, you've now got Sony pushing PS now as they should, because it's a great implementation. Obviously, now Microsoft is starting to say now you can have access to Xbox on the cloud games. So they're promoting cloud as well. Luna's going to break out from the States, I think, fairly soon. So I think it's more a case of people just becoming more open to the fact that cloud is there, and then once they realize that actually Stadia is the most together system on all levels. It's got its own controller if you want it. It's got its own interface. It can come on a Google TV. So I think the great thing is it's Avery likes to take credit for this, but it's a phrase we've all been using. That a rising tide does lift all ships, and so we've in a way Stadia's had to wait for everybody else to lift the tide, so that people then go, actually, I'm more accepting of this concept now. And then what's this that Google have been pushing for the last 2 years? Oh, let's have a look at this.
Well, and it's same if you think about with digital games too. Remember before how everyone, no, digital. And now you see that it's the majority of sales are digital. I mean, obviously that's been pushed even further over this last year or so with the pandemic, but digital sales are skyrocketing. And,
that's why they made digital only consoles now.
Right.
To go along with it.
It just takes time for people to come around to it and adapt.
Xbox was the redheaded stepchild back when it came out.
Yep. I would use that phrase. Ed Sheeran will write for me.
I envision the cloud. I really envision
It's got a lot of money. I can't be doing with it, mate.
Yeah. But no, Ray is right. I mean, when you look at the consoles, it was Nintendo and Sony, and then Microsoft is like, "Hey, I'm going to come into this," and everybody hated Microsoft. They're like, they'll never make it. And then when Google became the new cloud console, and now it's just repeating itself. Right. And I had somebody, I was playing Red Dead, and they're like, what console are you playing on? I was like, I'm a cloud console. It's Stadia. And they're like, and then he was like, oh, and started asking questions in the chat. And I'm just like, as I'm explaining, he's like, is there latency? And is there this and that? And he's like, I might have to check that out now.
Gentlemen, we are crashing into 6 o'clock, which of course is when my good friend Clive, aka Lord Kensal, does the SBCN slot between 6 and 7. That's literally in about 48 seconds. So let's quickly run around. John, what are you up to this week, my friend?
Oh, just playing some games and streaming and writing. I'm going to get ready to start my Outriders review here. So
nice.
I'll have that posted the next couple of days. I wanted to take a couple of weeks and see how that all unfolded. So I'll be sharing my review shortly.
Still waiting on that patch, sadly. I've done about 60 odd hours, completed it, done all the side missions. I'm into farming legendaries now. What an old tart. William, what are you be up to this week?
This week I am scheduling for a new show that I have coming up called Retro Rewind. Just a casual conversation on retro gaming /era, and streaming for the SBCN yesterday. I did that on Monday.
Oh, well done. And when's the new show launching?
It is May 2nd.
Oh, exciting stuff.
Yes.
Aaron, my good friend, what are you up to this week?
a little of everything. As the billboard behind me states, I stream everything.
Oh, no. Come back.
So I've got shows lined up all at what usually 1 o'clock. Tuesday is the only day that I don't stick to that 1 o'clock because I've got other family stuff. But I readjusted my stream today because of the Xbox cloud gaming. So I'll be doing a first try, stream of that to showcase it, and then pop in and out of Stadia all the time because I have a ridiculously big catalog of games, but I only play like 3 of them.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Ray, my lovely friend. I know what we're doing tomorrow, but what are you up to for the rest of the week? Ray.
Yes, I got you. Vet was getting ready to open his mouth because
I know we moved on. We moved on, mate.
Through the whole damn show. So I'm just all right. Rocking Ray tomorrow, guys. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. Tonight I'll be streaming some Luna, and then all through the week, guys, just promoting my wonderful brothers and sisters on the SBCN network.
You do a great job, guys. Thank you so much. Of course, Alex has, I'm guessing, his network broke down. He will be streaming first-person shooters, apparently. So go and check out his channel, please. As always, this has been Rock's Blog Bash on behalf of. Hey, look at this! Look at that! He's just made it in intro.
Oh, there he is.
Hey.
Alex, quickly, my friend, what are you up to this week? Go and check out his channel. No, you're not supposed to. No, see, now what do they teach you when you go on the radio? So anyway, that's about it. You've had your chance. Thanks, everybody, and we will see you all next time. Goodbye.